think WWE...
All right, Triple H, I'm finna give you some ideas, man. Just hit me up and just let me know if you want to put the ideas into motion. First of all, we need Dominic Mysterio to be his own man. You know, he been in the background for too long and he need his own leg to stand on. We need to make him a champion. That's first thing first. That might be a terrible idea because the crowd actually hates him for real. Like, they don't let him speak at all. Like, they hate his guts. But anyway, we can have Dominic Mysterio do a storyline to where as though him and Rey Mysterio get back on good terms and the crowd fall in love with him again. I don't even know if they was ever in love with him or did they ever like him. They probably always hated him. Who knows? Because he Dominic Mysterio. He just annoying as fuck. Like, people just started hating him just because. And I just hopped on the bandwagon and said, fuck it. I hate him too. But anyway, yeah. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Only One KDB, and I'm back with another video. On today's video, we got how WWE killed the Judgment Day. Now, we finna get to the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Shout out Sports Key to Wrestling. And we about to get to the video, man. Hope y'all boys enjoying y'all day so far. And let's get it.
As the WWE killed the momentum of the Judgment Day, were taking over WWE for a minute there, weren't they? A weekly fixture on Monday Night Raw, which they still are. Since the early 2020s, the group elevated underrated talents that many people thought had a lot of potential and has brought them to the next level. But what now? Yes, our fickle, keyboard clicking fingers ask, what now? But in 2024, it's all kind of changed. It seems like the group may actually be on its way out as the year draws to a close. Don't believe us? We'll kind of like clue you into this, and maybe you can disagree and just jump down into the comments and tell us how wrong we are. Well, go ahead and do that. You're watching Sports Key to Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kelm, and today we're going to explain just how WWE may have Judgment Day losing their edge. And we're not talking about that edge. We've made more videos about the Judgment Day, including one capturing their entire history. You should definitely go check those out. They're pretty good, if we do say so ourselves. But for the sake of context, here's the background on the group that has terrorized Monday Night Raw for the better part of the past few years. Edge returning as a mysterious heel in a suit, complete with a new Alter Bridge theme song, introduced a group after WrestleMania 38 back in 2022, enlisting Damian Priest as his muscle after defeating AJ Styles in a match at the Show of Shows. They dubbed themselves the Judgment Day, quickly enlisted Rhea Ripley at Backlash, and set out on a brief reign of terror on the Red brand. They even took on a team featuring AJ Styles and two future group members in Finn Balor and Liv Morgan at the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Soon, Balor found himself added to the group, and Edge would be ejected for reasons that supposedly included a plan to make the group more supernatural in a way or another. Stop it right there, WWE. Stop trying to turn everything into they're black and spooky. It's the Undertaker. Balor, Priest, and Ripley then swaggered around Raw like WWE's version of hyenas from The Lion King before enlisting Dominic Mysterio at the Clash of the Castle event where he turned on his father. This began the whole Dom Mommy saga of her being, some type of domineering woman in his life. Whether you loved it or not, it was...
Where the hell is Rey Mysterio? My bad. I just noticed something. Where is Rey Mysterio? I haven't seen him in quite some time now. Well, he was just on Raw, I think, last week or something like that. I can't remember. Well, yeah, I need to see Rey Mysterio kick Dominic ass again. I just need to see it one more time because he deserves his ass whipped. You don't turn on your pops like that, man. That's fucked up. Triple H, I blame you because you the one writing the scripts, I believe. Oh, yeah, you is writing the scripts. You told me. And Triple H have no plans to break up Judgment Day. He told me that last week. I'm lying like shit. But let's continue.
Insanely popular online, the innuendos were there and people bought into them. Rhea turned Dom into a truly dark side figure, and the level of heat that he garnered from it was nuclear. The version of the team had massive success, this one specifically, and Rhea Ripley became SmackDown Women's Champion in the process. Balor and Priest would capture tag team championships. Priest also had a match with Bad Bunny and won the Money in the Bank ladder match. While Dirty Dominic defeated Wes Lee for the NXT North American Championship, Finn Balor even wrestled Edge at a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 39. The group was riding high and even getting comparisons to iconic past factions like D-Generation X, the New World Order, and the Four Horsemen. That's right, Gen Z, you get your own bad guy group.
Oh, no.
They were such a fixture on Monday at Raw at one point, it was becoming like a meme of how much time they would be featured on the TV show. Judgment Day interrupted everyone and seemingly was involved with everybody. The first change in the formula came when the addition of the Irish ace, JD McDonough, a longtime friend of Finn Balor, began hanging out with the group. Initially was rejected, but eventually made a legitimate member in the fold, and presumably gave the group a fall guy who wasn't Dominic Mysterio. This made sense, but around the same time, R-Truth and his comedy stylings were ready to come in and make
what the hell was that on his face?
Of everything and give the group a little bit of levity since they were taking themselves very seriously. Truth hung around and pretended to be a member of the Judgment Day, even making his own merch to indicate that he was in the group, though he never really was. Yeah, this was bad comedy, straight out of WWE's 24/7 title segments. I, myself, found it very, very funny, and live audiences ate it up, but don't worry, the keyboard warriors online want the Judgment Day just to be serious purple black attack. Especially when R-Truth is selling bootleg merchandise of the Judgment Day outside the shows on his own behalf, handing Damian Priest an obnoxiously large wad of cash, much to his delight. Truth and JD went on to have the Miracle on 34th Street fight because WWE loves a pun for the spot of Judgment Day, and JD lost. Not exactly slick dealing for a group that's supposed to be cool, dark, and heelish, but certainly one that allowed them to have personality. This period also had moments of brilliance, mainly from Rhea Ripley, who got a hero's welcome in Perth, Australia during her main event title match against Nia Jax, while she continued to rise in popularity and become one of the more prominent women in all of WWE. Priest managed to cash in his Money in the Bank contract on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40. Yeah, what a place to do it, with a little help from CM Punk becoming the World Heavyweight Champion for the first time in his career. Then shockingly, they lost Ripley, who suffered a legitimate injury after WrestleMania 40. With an awesome entrance featuring Motionless in White, this led to her vacation from the Women's World Championship scene. Yeah, an impressive world title run, and fans were robbed of a payoff simply through bad luck. She got injured right after the match, and we were going to have a revenge cycle with her and Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Yes, let's enter the Liv Morgan period of the mix here.
My goat.
She would find her way into the Judgment Day during Rhea Ripley's absence. Her Women's World Championship and her relationship with Dominic Mysterio, all of these things. Yeah, it was quite conniving. Now, the popular member of the group was fighting against them. Rhea Ripley was the star, and now she was going to take them on. Damian Priest would be out of the group next, following his World Heavyweight title loss to Gunther and a subsequent betrayal by Finn Balor at SummerSlam. This marked the departure of the last remaining original member, and suddenly the group was like an old rock band, flying under the same name, but not with, like, the OG lineup. Priest and Ripley would soon form a short-term partnership, simply called the Terror Twins, and actively fight the Judgment Day. Now, 2 original members from the group were fighting against it. Remind you of the weird NWO Red and Black stuff from WCW? At some point, Carlito was thrown into the group to completely just serve as a supportive, heelish thug, a henchman. Not that we've got any particular issues with Carlito, but why? We don't know. What's his connection to the Judgment Day? He just hung out with them for a while, and then he's in the group wearing the Street Trash t-shirt.
Still got them apples.
Carlito helped Bad Bunny in his match with Damian Priest, which confused things. Yeah, that was just a few months earlier. Then again, Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, and even Dominic Mysterio have all fought against the group prior to joining. So I suppose it sort of makes sense that Carlito just showed up one day in June of 2024 and never left, mainly voicing his suspicions about Damian Priest before the punishment, yeah, that's Damian Priest, left the group and left it seemingly for good. Priest was actually the one keeping Carlito out of the group, given his history with Bad Bunny and the match and everything there. Good for Damian Priest to defend logic in this situation. The current version of the Judgment Day isn't exactly bad. Just to be clear, before Balor and Judgment Day were World Tag Team Champions at this time of writing, Liv Morgan is the Women's World Champion, Dominic Mysterio is still a Heatman. The other side of the altar bridge is still one of the coolest and most badass atmospheric themes in WWE today. But it doesn't feel like the Judgment Day anymore. It feels like something else. Yet you can't change the name because maybe you would lose the complete momentum. Raquel Rodriguez and her towering, imposing figure is now a current member of the group. She feels more...
I got a name that... I got something that the group could be called. We should call it Judgement Day. That would be more better. Judgement Day. Instead of Judgment Day. You get it? Never mind. I shouldn't have said that. Let's continue.
Liv Morgan's bodyguard, then a member of the group, but if she's going to be Liv Morgan's bodyguard, she's in the Judgment Day as a kind of de facto at ringside help. Which sums it all up as a whole. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan could be their own act with Raquel Rodriguez as the muscle. Finn Balor and JD could be their own with Carlito as the muscle. So as sad as it might be, it could be time for WWE to completely split up the group and give them their own identities, new presentations, and lay the whole Judgment Day thing to rest, as long as they don't end up with a Nexus the Core situation. God
I remember
forbid,
that.
The way that broke up was very unfortunate. So Judgment Day would head to the other side, at least for now, until the inevitable reunion, because, that's something that happens. Likely some variation of Rhea, Priest, Balor, Dom lineup, because WWE loves a nostalgia pop, and they love nostalgia merch. Yeah, even more. And guess what? WWE fans love that nostalgia pop, because that's why those things get big pops and sell a lot of merch. We've seen it before with DX, the NWO, BWO, LWO, the Hart Foundation, Evolution 2014, the Shield, UFC, even the Spirit Squad for a little bit back there in 2016. The Judgment Day would just be the latest group on that list. This is the cycle of wrestling and WWE's non-stop first run episodes every single week. Yeah, simply the machine will choose some up and discard some others. But this is one that's kind of sticking around, but maybe it's lost its flavor. You see what we're saying here? Have they already achieved their full potential? We would say so. Granted, they were never...
Hey, Finn Balor, I want to know what you did with those hotel keys. Y'all know exactly what hotel keys I'm talking about. So don't even ask, what hotel keys you talking about? Only one KDB? Y'all know. When Liv Morgan handed Dominic the hotel keys, and I think Finn Balor the one who took it. So I wonder what he do with those hotel keys and shit like that.
Biggest
I can't wait till
thanks to the Bloodline being over on the other show, but it's quite unfair to make the comparison. While the Bloodline was focused on lineage and culture and generational storytelling, the Judgment Day were a different thing entirely. They were simply a group underrated. That's what they were built on. Underrated mid-card talents who seemingly were thrown together with the mission of elevating themselves out of spite and resistance and revenge and bitterness towards everyone else. And despite this, they went on to be a fixture of Monday Night Raw. The group made Priest into a world champion. It made Dominic the most hated man on the roster. It turned Rhea Ripley into a mainstream pop culture icon. The group arguably did better than anybody first expected and probably could have gone on longer. But hey, we welcome change, because the variety of things in WWE is the spice of life. And that's it for this one. Do you agree? Do you think WWE...
Alright, Triple H, I'm finna give you some ideas, man. Just hit me up and just let me know if you want to put the ideas into motion. First of all, we need Dominic Mysterio to be his own man. He been in the background for too long, and he need his own leg to stand on. We need to make him a champion. That's first thing first. That might be a terrible idea, because the crowd actually hates him for real. Like, they don't let him speak at all. Like, they hate his guts. But anyway... we can have Dominic Mysterio do a storyline to where as though him and Rey Mysterio get back on good terms and the crowd fall in love with him again. I don't even know if they was ever in love with him or did they ever like him. They probably always hated him. Who knows? Because he Dominic Mysterio. He just annoying as fuck. Like, people just started hating him just because. And I just hopped on a bandwagon and said, fuck it. I hate him too. But anyway, yeah, Dominic Mysterio, he just need like he need a championship belt type shit. I don't know what belt he could win. I mean, he won the NXT shit, but that don't really count. We ain't counting that. I'm talking about some WWE shit. So anyway, we need a WWE Championship belt. Liv Morgan, she need to have the longest title hold in women's WWE history. Like, she need to not lose her title for another 4 years, type shit. We need to have Finn Balor and Carlito be a tag team duo, so they can have tag team championships. So everybody in a faction can have a title. Triple H, fuck with me. I'm telling you. I be having this shit down packed. But we about to get out of here, man. If y'all enjoyed that reaction video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Did y'all like my idea? Shout out to the Judgment Day. Shout out to my GOAT, Liv Morgan, because she is the greatest women's champion to ever live. You get it? Live. But we out of here, man.